Welcome back, guys. You're watching Entrepreneur, and in this video we're going to be going over the daily cryptocurrency news as well as price fluctuations that we go over every single day right here on the channel. So if you guys are new here, make sure to subscribe if you are interested in that type of content. We make daily cryptocurrency videos as well as other informational videos on investing and growing your wealth. So if you want, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you get notified whenever we do post a video. So jumping into it, Bitcoin currently at $7,000, hasn't moved a ton in the last 24 hours, as you can see right here. Ethereum 0.13% gain. So overall, I mean, you can see on the right side, not a lot has changed within the last 24 hours. However, getting into the charts, what we are looking for is something very specific. I'm going to point out right here, guys, we have had higher lows being closed, right? Ever since, the end of June, really. We have been seeing higher lows start to close with Bitcoin's price, and that's what we're hoping to see here. Hopefully we can get that higher low and continue to move up, whether that's moving up or moving horizontal. We still want to see those higher lows being closed so that we can get confirmation that we're at least starting to move towards the upside, moving in the right direction. Okay, so as you can see, the RSI was a bit overextended when we were at these prices of 8,400 and 7,400. Right now, we are below the 180-day moving average. That's that red line that you guys see right there. And unfortunately, in the short term, we did get a bit rejected by the 9-day EMA on the 4-hour chart at least. So if we can at least hold 6,800, 6,900, that area, and then push up again and push past 7,000, I think we'll be at a good spot if we can start to hold some type of moving average. Although when you look down towards the bottom, both indicators look good. The RSI and the MACD, very simple indicators. RSI is still signaling that we do have room to grow as we have been oversold. As well as the MACD looking to build up that momentum. As we can see, the blue line and the orange line, we have those two lines down there. The blue line just crossed up and over the orange line, which is showing that upwards momentum, as well as the volume tickers right here are starting to show more volume on the buyer side than the seller side. So fortunately, we are seeing good indications from the MACD and the RSI. However, we need to see confirmation with the price actually moving in that direction. If not, unfortunately getting rejected by the 9-day EMA, I think will hinder that goal a little bit. But we have some room to push down. If we push down to 6,800, it's not the end of the world, but we do want to see a confirmation above either a moving average or holding a specific support being at 6,800, and then again that moving average is going to be somewhere around 7,000 if we can break above that level as of now. So going to see what Bitcoin's going to do for the rest of the day. In my opinion, guys, we are towards the end of this little drop. If we drop any further, I would only assume it to be around 6,800. Hold that last resistance. As you guys know, that was that last resistance that we had before breaking out. So that's the overlook on Bitcoin, guys. What I would say is if you're looking for a trade, I would look to get it a little cheaper than it is now, but don't put your buy levels too low. I'm not sure, the probability is lower that it breaks below 6,800. I'm not sure if it's going to do that. However, it's not out of the question. So what I would do is take a little bit of capital, possibly put it in at these prices, 6,800, right around there. And that would be a nice little swing trade back up to the top and then even further than that. So jumping into some of today's news, guys. Not a ton of news, but there was this one story that was across like all of the news platforms that I look at every morning. New highs for Bitcoin unlikely in 2018. China could help. So I wanted to read through this because I thought it was pretty interesting. So as one may find, Bitcoin price forecasts for this year ranging from 22,000 to 60,000. Tor Demeester, a popular economist and Bitcoin investor, warns that the number one digital currency may be headed for lower prices before the end of the year. However, China may help Bitcoin, he adds. Despite many people having called a bottom in Bitcoin prices at 5,700 level seen in June, Demeester agrees that on-chain activity on the Bitcoin network still does not support its current valuation. Demeester, who first recommended Bitcoin as an investment when it was at $5 in 2012, writes in this article that Bitcoin miners have faced a decline in profitability of 90% over the course of 7 months. So that's pretty crazy, guys. Just think about that right there. Bitcoin miners have seen a profitability decline of 90%. That is massive. So all of those huge mining facilities and everything like that, there's actually one in the town near me. The profitability has gone down immensely. So he goes on to explain that miners therefore are forced to sell off a large portion of their mining rewards just to cover their operating expenses. Okay, so this means the Bitcoin that they are actually earning, they have to immediately sell it off in order to just cover expenses. So this is a Bitcoin price chart. Obviously, we're not at very high levels, but moving down. Next, Demeester predicts that we might have to wait until next year before a Bitcoin-based exchange-traded fund is approved in the U.S. Although he acknowledges that there has been a strong uptick in institutional interest for Bitcoin this year, Demeester points out that most of the interest comes from trading firms and market makers. In other words, these are institutions that don't necessarily hold Bitcoin as an investment, but rather makes money off of the volatility or by making markets. So institutions who are known to be long biased, such as mutual funds and pension funds, are not ready to invest because they're not yet comfortable with the available custody solutions. Demeester argued in this article, shared with more than 170,000 followers on his Twitter. Despite his no-so-positive outlook on price this year, Demeester also sees several positive developments that could trigger a price rally. Among these is the possibility that we could see a new wave of Chinese capital flowing into Bitcoin as a result of depreciation of the Chinese yuan this year. Due to capital controls in the country, Bitcoin is an attractive option used by some people to move capital out of the country. So, very important points that he does make. I want to touch on these a little bit. So with the profitability mining going way down, obviously the network is not as active as it used to be, as well as, guys, I still think we need a catalyst to move this market. If you guys have not seen, it's a video I put up a few weeks back, but it is the Bitcoin price prediction that you need for the next 2 years. It's a video I made a little while ago. Go watch that video, guys, and let me know what you think. I think that we're seeing a historical pattern repeat in Bitcoin, and that is the fact that we have seen another massive bull run, obviously, due to a catalyst in the U.S. Obviously, a lot of popularity being grown very quickly. And after that catalyst, I think we need to wait a good amount of time before we really see anything major passing the all-time high. Okay, and I talked about in that video for the next 2 years, so that means 2018 and all the way up to the end of 2019, it is possible we don't see higher highs until that time. And again, the reason for that is I think at this point, pure, just money flowing in, new money flowing in is not going to be enough. I really do think we are going to need to see another massive catalyst or influx in capital due to an event that happens, not just something that comes out of nowhere. We need to see something reliable come into this market, something like a Bitcoin ETF, something like positive government regulation from the U.S. side, something that allows us to have a positive outlook on Bitcoin. I think that's what people are looking for, and also what there is a lack of. There is a lack of a positive outlook, a foundational positive outlook, at least, a solidified positive outlook. There's nothing really positive to look for right now with Bitcoin. So I think that's what a lot of people are looking for, and what we're really waiting for. So not a ton of other news, guys. It's there was this little story about Starbucks and blockchain, but I really just wanted to cover the Bitcoin story. If you guys want to check this out, it's Starbucks has clarified it will not be accepting Bitcoin or other cryptocurrencies. That was just a little story that I wanted to mention because there was a rumor that it would be. So for all you guys who thought it would be, unfortunately, it is not. So that is the video for today, guys. So regarding Bitcoin, again, looking at the 1-day chart, still not oversold, so maybe it does have more room to drop. Maybe we will see further levels drop below 5,700. It really just depends, but at this point, we're looking for some type of solidified price. I mean, it's good that we're making higher lows, but it's also not good that we're making lower highs. So we need to see some type of catalyst or something before we really see this market start to move. And that has been my opinion for a few months now. So thank you guys for watching. I have to go do our live stream for our private group. Again, if you guys want to join our private group, take a look at the Entrepreneur Investors Program. We trade daily, Monday through Friday, for 1 hour every single day. And we're also doing a $1,000 to $1 million challenge. So if you guys are interested in that, definitely check that out. But with that out of the way, have a good one, guys.